Okay, this is the third reading, and I want to just double check to verify the question. I know that it had to do with contentment. I want to get it right. Will I find contentment? And you know, there were a lot of spreads that I could have done with this. You know, one for the lost object and that type of thing, and hidden found and spreads on happiness, but contentment to me, I don't know, I just got a sense that, you know, this site on Michelle Knight's website, it attracts the kind of people who are spiritual in nature. So what I did was I used a mandala spread, and it's primarily you know, centered on, you know, the spiritual type question, and it tells someone where they're at. So I thought that would be the best spread to use. In the first card, I know this spread looks kind of like a giant diamond. The first card is the center card, and that it represents an overview of the self, and it is the Nine of Wands. Now, the Nine of Wands is a card that shows that, you know, there's 8 wands behind, and he's holding the ninth wand defiantly. You can also see a bandage on his head, and this bandage is representative of, you know, having maybe been knocked in the head 1 or 2 times, achieving those previous 8. So, you know, it looks like your self-image is that you've worked hard, and maybe you feel that, you know, contentment is not forthcoming because you're focusing so much on how much that you've worked and how hard it was to get to where you're at now. And maybe that's not the best place to focus if you want to find contentment. As you can see, maybe you're just focusing too much on that Band-Aid there, metaphorically speaking. Now the second card, ambitions and goals, and that is up here, and that is, as you can see, the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is a card, I know it looks like a tomb, but it's actually about rest. It's about rest and relaxation, charging your batteries. In the position of ambitions and goals, you want to find contentment, and contentment is, you know, a restful place for the mind to be. And so this card is totally in keeping with your question. Now the third card, ideals and dreams. And this is the Queen of Clubs. I'm sorry, Cups. It's late. It's after 1 o'clock a.m. here, so I apologize. The Queen of Cups. And yeah, this beautiful queen, this beautiful aquatic scene. The water is, of course, you know, symbolic of spirit and emotion, and so are the cups. And she's holding a single cup, and it's just it's a beautiful image of someone who's very beloved, and it's about love, basically. And you know, it's really interesting because it's about you know, almost a spiritual love, more of the type of love that the universe is based in, if you understand what the universe is truly based in. And it's really difficult to want to condense that down into part of a tarot reading. You know, I hate to be hackneyed and say God is love and it's that simple, but this is the card of the beloved, and there is a lot of spiritual quality to it. So in the position of ideals and dreams, once again, it's very fitting for somebody who wants contentment. So the cards, to me, seem to be really falling in line. So hopefully when we go off and venture off to an area that isn't as obvious to your question, we'll still be on track. And that's the next one. That's card number 4. Real achievements at this time. And then you draw the moon. And the moon shows the various phases. I mean, the moon is connected to the feminine mysteries, being how the female cycle a lot of times is connected to the moon. The moon is a card of confusion at a lot of times. There being disruption in patterns. So once again, you're asking about contentment, and this card is in the position of achievements at this time. So I have to wonder if there's a lack of achievement in your life that's causing the confusion, that's causing you to be ill-content. And card number 5 is dependencies and faulty beliefs. And that is the 6 of Pentacles. Now this is really a lovely scene. Here's a man with his purse. He's got a green purse, and he's also, you can't see it, he's got scales, which represent balance and order. And he's giving to these 2 poor souls who are in need. And there's this wonderful arch and this 6 pentacles above him. So it's about generosity and giving. But it's also about balance, too, as you can see by the scales. So, you know, being in dependencies and faulty beliefs, and the fact that this is about being content, I have to wonder if maybe you aren't balanced in your generosity, if you aren't balanced in your giving. Maybe you're giving too much and giving too much of yourself, and you don't see that coming back on you the way you feel it should. Or maybe the opposite is true. Maybe you're not giving enough. However, I find that unlikely given the previous cards and what you're looking for. It seems to me that it's more than likely a situation where you need to find balance and realize that, you know, kind of an analogy is you don't always have to be, you know, the mother who makes the cupcakes for the school thing or whatever. You know, you don't always